Hello there friend, happy Friday, and I have a very easy video for you, and we're going to upcycle some packaging. Now here are the things that you're gonna need. Some old packaging from your pantry or from your grocery. With this one, I like using the ones with a good and thick quality plastic. And then you're also gonna need acrylic paints, water brush, and a palette. With this tutorial, I strongly suggest that you use an acrylic paint and not watercolor unless you have the primer for watercolor, which is called ground. Now, the important thing about acrylic is it can actually stick on any surfaces. So regardless, it's shiny, it's plastic, it's wood, glass, or anything, acrylic can actually stick on that. Now, if you want this to last longer, I would also suggest that you use a primer. So I'm using a white base as my background here, just so to cover the design of the old packaging. And now I'm mixing two colors to form color green. So if you noticed, I'm only using very few colors here. That's because I just want to use it as an accent. So I want to focus with the white background to just make it simple and clean. So I'm just dabbing the color green on different sides, and this is actually best if you let the color white paint dry first before adding the green. However, I think during this time I was a bit impatient because I needed to finish this right away. And so basically that's all I wanted with the color. Now I'm cutting a cardstock. This one is actually just a scrap paper, and I'm getting all the die cuts or ephemeras that I have. Here I'm using the die cuts from my full collection, and I'm just mix and matching them on the sides of this cardstock. I like adding layers whenever I do collage. I also love using double-sided foam tape. However, this one is actually a packaging, so I'm thinking I should avoid any bulky materials. So this one should be just plain flat. Now here's another thing when you add something on a wet paint. I was hoping actually that the die cuts or the paper will stick with the paint because it is still wet. However, it is really not a good idea. So if I were you, if you're gonna do this project, I would really suggest to let the paint dry first. Anyway, if you can find a lot of old packaging from your grocery, I would suggest that you do a batch while you're doing the painting or the background first before you add your collage on top of it. Other ideas for this project would be full-on drawing on top of the painting. So if you feel like painting an entire packaging, then that would also be nice. Another idea would be if you're into lettering or calligraphy, then instead of you using an acrylic paint to cover the packaging, you can just use a paper and cover the entire thing that you want to cover and add your lettering or calligraphy on top of it. Now, it's funny that I only thought about this kind of project because I have so many old packaging, or if I may say garbage, and I just realized it's about time for me to do something about them. To give an extra accent on this packaging, I'm adding a gold paint. This one is a bit shimmery, but it's really unnoticeable. And then again, as you notice, the gold is not sticking too well because the white and green paint are still wet. So again, I would really suggest to do this on a dry paint. Okay, so this one is intended for the random act of kindness box that my friend Charmaine started, and I'm just adding a note that they can get as much as they want, whatever's inside. And that's it. It's simple, right? Now you have a prettier packaging that you can reuse as a gift wrap or a packaging for your shop. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you again on my next one.